Radio Manning, Radio Manning. Badion Savion Mabalakabe.
Gilg Jew, Gilg J as Gilg Nerach.
Claare na Gael, Shen Enema Claare Shaws, Papaliam was Saltica. My name is Robert Getting Carswell, Robert Carslach.
Have you ever had tell of old Bobby Bob?
And I'd like to welcome you to this bilingual programme, Claare na Gael, with threads in 2 languages. There's a thread of it in the English language, as to Snaigi Sachilg, and there's a thread of it in the Manx Gaelic, Chinyanamera, the mother tongue of Ellen Banning, the Isle of Man. As Bannacht and Dutrish, Henry Blue Noble had enabled the first Nobles Hospital to be built in 1888, not the first hospital in the island, but the first Nobles Hospital in the island, and that was in the building which now houses the Manx Museum in Kingswood Grove in Douglas. But it had often been pointed out that it would be of great benefit to have a hospital for the north of the island. Vanin grena olka which djunu trúje apernel yn y lias hiwrec, as yn lias hiwr sio, boiach as mai. Tan which graiach yn yninec, ach ti cor dwyd yn lias yn nin. Tan which grei dy bi yn aperneg yn yninec, yn o dy jenish marw y lias yn nin yn shen. Well, I'd intended to start by flipping over the single we heard last time, but this coming Thursday evening, the 2nd of July, Irish 4-part harmony group Landless will be performing at the Air and Arts Centre as part of the 50th Manannán Festival, and here they sing The Well Below the Valley. Tawas Geisjach Rish Radio Banning, Stasiwn and Asiwn, Bisgol Sgeliamach by Dúlish, Ellen Banning.
Green
Well Below the Valley, based on a biblical story and found in the north of Ireland. Singing it was Irish group Landless, who sing Irish, British and American songs, and they're at the Air and Arts Centre this coming Thursday, the 2nd of July at 7:30. Tickets are £20 or just £2 for under 18s. At the time of Henry Bloom Noble's death in 1903, he left a large amount of money for charitable purposes to be administered by a board of trustees. However, whilst Douglas had a hospital, there was no facility down north, and it was a recurring subject how useful it would be to have a medical facility on the north. This was underlined by the death of a 7-year-old boy from Ballaugh, David Anderson, who had appendicitis. The fastest way of getting him from Ballaugh to hospital in Douglas was by train, but unfortunately he didn't survive the journey. David Anderson's parents approached the High Bailiff of Ramsey, Mr. J.M. Cruikshank, about a northern hospital. In turn, Mr. Cruikshank sought financial assistance from the trustees of H.B. Noble's estate and from the remaining trustee of the French eccentric J.F. Boehm, who'd lived in the island like a miser, but proved to have a lot of money that he'd left for the good of the people of the island whom he'd lived among. Tan butch ginch den ninek tred I gold the lie, the shiga the valley na lie chow saja liabi, rishavola. As also ni the ginish chit as giara kion jen liasin yin, chowds tina cadla, as ish na liar and chow mui. Ach ginis thou, ben liasin yin the shadow unsullion fagus thou, as healin of a foe and lias voirek. Tre henk tre liabach ren in nina which cause na stiach sa liabi hoiacht, de vei na laier chow soja. Och, treba cadla jittori, ren na liasin yin sai gus an oir mui, as gawishin in it rishavola. Also ni henk en chan ven de slitjach, sa lau yeshek vi kummel tai, as lesh a lau hostjalek ren I lochte de gira affair van a laier chow mui, as esh, chroggy soos a tai lesh en de lauek, as ren I giara kiaun jen inrich en ninek. Trevi en ul sul, jiri en ninelia, as high gus tai a glimenak, va enmisit Roland, as ren I krankel dorisega. Now this is a song by Cornish songwriter Richard Gendel, and Brenda Wootton here sings of The Hills of Penwith.
High above those eager rills, tumbling downwards to the sea, quiet lie the Penwith hills, dreaming of eternity. Would I return to the quiet Penwith hills? I will go to learn. I will climb the crystal trail, shaking off imprisoned hours, touch the yellow torment hill and the starry eye bright flowers. I will seek a weathered stone lashed by some rain, and I sit the down alone where my chiefs have lain, and the lessons of the past I will learn.
Brenda Wotton singing Richard Gendel's song Hills of Penwith. Tra Henk Roland Maagji doorty Esh Roland Mabeen, signed un Ryer Che a slendris oren. Ve foam alias voer korge bes me, ach tier barrowen unfeitjek ons in a jeshen. Tra hig brisje un lees ni ishvagen na terwe jintek, bemuch kite. Ach Tommy Corlige Dutch door Roland, de chorer Schuljat de klatobiek. Nonne ne wadmutskep eelboy tret die chitnen lug, de berach den orren. Maar zo ren de boy in Corlie a klatobi. As hroggy nis kion lias hurek, as ren ni liga tusjum 3 beinen falle a lair. Fairlis a javi, fair se chamber early, as fair na Grecian. Esh ren I sidach back as a glimmenachok. Te dirrie chan butse wara, dilly maaks on een nienek, de chorgie en appern, ach gedenken een niengie a chor be. Esh dilly maak, kred tau. On shaw, na Grecian, as miskebe, dreg a fair jane a beinen falle. High Bailiff J.M. Cruikshank made his approaches to various trustees, and he was successful, which ultimately led to the creation of Ramsey and District Cottage Hospital. And turning to the Isle of Man Examiner for the end of June 1906, there's a report. Ramsey was en fête last Thursday in connection with the laying of the foundation stone of the Cottage Hospital, which, as a result of the generosity of the trustees under the will of the late Mr. Henry Bloom Noble, is to be erected in the town. The trustees have provided the site and have set aside a sum of £6,000 to provide for the erection of the hospital. The contract for the building has been let to Messrs. Callow & Sons builders Ramsey. It's a condition of the trustees' gift that the people of Ramsey and District must provide for the upkeep and maintenance of the institution. An influential committee has been formed. We'd got afloat there with a Manx quartet that was formed to go to a festival in Louisiana, although in the end only a trio was able to go. But there we heard Sheer, formed to go westward, playing a mashup of Our Ship Did Sail and If Young Men Could Swim.
Manx Radio.
Stasiwn yn asiwn tyn ei sio radio banning, Tawas Geisjach, Rish Claare na Gael, Cartnish, Meron Peen, Robert Gytyn Carlo, Robert a Carslach.
Did the ever hear tell of old Bobby Bob?
To Claare na Gael reclash and Rish Shachten lug scalia mach biogi, as shen through dinner degger radio banning as an chraman eish Rish, as neas fag an imedy en mun J. Claare and radio banning, as na mastock Claare na Gael. Vis regedden more podcast nies, Rish through dinner degger radio banning, na trúd de reichier de podcast fel shen Apple Podcasts, Amazon Audible, Spotify, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, na Alexa. The Alaman Examiner article continues. The members of this committee that's been formed, the influential committee, approached Mr. Dalrymple Maitland, the sole surviving trustee under the will of the late Monsieur Pierre-Henri Joseph Beaume, and asked him to assist them in providing a maintenance fund. Mr. Maitland at once consented to endow the hospital with the sum of £1,000, and it's understood that this gift virtually exhausts the funds of Beaume's estate. The district has long felt the need of a hospital. In cases of serious casualty, patients have had to be sent to the Douglas Hospital, a distance from Ramsey of about 18 miles by electric tramway and 25 miles by rail. What with the length and troublesome character of the journey and the time involved in making it, much inconvenience and suffering have been caused to injured persons, and indeed people have died who would probably have recovered had they been in a position to receive immediate hospital treatment. Hai a chan ben mach ach a baki pech bi na Griechen, as dilly mach rish, cred tau. On shaw sa chamber early, as mish cor chow dau heen, dilly na bain falle. Mor saw hai stjach sa chamber early, as geduri pech bi. Esh dilly mach rish, cred tau. Oh, and shaw sa javi, as mish trom machadle, dilly a trasbain falle. Esh higher a war stjach sa chamber, as gusel javi, as on shen. Van a lie en inrigen petje ek, wish hien a jare gia kjaun. Hank, joulis moer erebutch, renny raigus an unjug, as voi doddy fag en fada is leen, as huri shilje jane lias in nienek, as ish sairige ersul merish a Roland mienek. Had je geliatte chor bideli, creer bi geforde tau kosner soel, ga nadu skepeel woms. Esh huggy mooi in de boetsenek, va curliaui koshiak oer, ristach kesmud. As gerawi forde, rosh marawi berach den oru. Welsh quartet, Pedair, sing about the flowers of the valley, Blodair Coombe.
Swyn y coed dim denu, yn hedd y cwm a'i glysni pyr, fel leddfu'r cyrf yng nghalon, a'r hodda fedd dan wyrddlas do I filoedd o falon. Deryn mwy ar y dyn am mafon, ac yno mewn tangnefedd pur, fel leddf i'r cyr fy nghalon, a'r hoddaf fedd dan wyrddla sto i filoedd o falon.
Blodau'r Cwm, Flowers of the Valley, described in song by the Welsh quartet Pedair, and one of the members, Mynir Gwilym, certainly knows about flowers, as she's one of the presenters of the weekly Garddio a Mwy, Gardening and More, on Welsh television channel Channel Pedwarec. Ach ren y voigen, tre hondic I a chan ven gol cesbyd yn hwc, cach le, leis cwna clatofi, rolan minek, de ve na lach, is I heen de ve na tunnag va snawri. Hias a witch a vrw, as chiawi stiach on kinjegen aran. Ach ren na tunnag ligget I heen ve bregit, as ve an chan ven de whole back a faste beg shen, as ish mollet. Esh ren a voigen as a roland minek goil orus en rees na kumbach en duchesakok, as ren a troilt foot na hei glen der a brisje en lei. Esh ren a voigen koch lei heen de ve na ble eilen, as ish na shade ons main je kleide grein en jalgach, as a roland minek de ve na chleider bail. Charawi father, der a henke witch, as ish goil kesmet en hook, as doorty rische chioleder. Chioleder wien, be as gekindjel as de china maagdus, a ble eilen shen. Kaart de loer doorte nim kleisus kaarde. The district, says the Isle of Man Examiner, is a large one, and though the inhabitants are not engaged in any really dangerous occupation, accidents are not infrequent, so that the institution will be a great boon. Messrs. Henman and Cooper of Birmingham have been selected as the architects of the hospital. Thursday was an ideal day for the ceremony of laying the foundation stone, for there was abundance of bright sunshine, a refreshing breeze from the northwest, and an absence of dust. The Honourable Arthur Stanley, MP, had consented to lay the foundation stone. Ramseyans were pleasurably excited at the prospect of witnessing a ceremonial so rare and so full of interest. Prior to the ceremony, there was a luncheon in the Mitre Hotel, which was attended by most of the principal people of Ramsey and district and by a number of invited guests. The High Bailiff of Ramsey, Mr. J. M. Cruikshank, presided. Robert Burns wrote sets of lyrics under the title Ye Jacobites by Name to a tune, a Scottish tune, and Sorley Shackleton has made his own version of words and lyrics, and he calls his piece Ye Scottish by Name.
Oh, ye Scottish by name, Londony, the rising sun, and Scotland will be free once again, once again. Scotland will be free once again. What is right and what is wrong? By the law, by the law. What's right and what is wrong? By the law. What's right and what is wrong? Ye Tories hear my sang. A wee cross wi' your horn, for ta dra, for ta dra. A wee cross wi' your horn, for ta dra. Well, Scotland's been in chains for too lang, for too lang. Scotland's been in chains for too lang. Well, Scotland's been in chains and it's time to use our brains. I should have voted aye, but voted nah, voted nah. Should have voted aye, but voted nah. Per Wallace and his men, what for he, what for he? Per Wallace and his men, what for he? Per Wallace and his men, did thousands die in vain. Now sing our hero's name, ain't a nah, ain't a nah. Sing our hero's name, ain't a nah. Oh, Freedom's Day will come, you shall hear, you shall hear. Freedom's Day will come, you shall hear. Oh, Freedom's Day will come, we'll adore the rising sun, and Scotland will be free once again, once again. Scotland will be free once again. Oh, you Scottish by name, lend an ear, lend an ear. You Scottish by name, lend an ear. Well, you Scottish by name, your time has come again. Let freedom o'er us reign, once for all, once for all. Freedom o'er us reign, once for all.
And that's Sawley Shackleton, Sam Shackleton, whom you might bump into busking round Edinburgh, and that's when he's not working in the School for Scottish Studies, and there he sang his own reworking of a well-known song that he calls Ye Scottish by name. Now, for this luncheon at the Mitre Hotel, 80-odd people sat down to the toothsome and admirably served repast. The postprandial proceedings were brief, and I can tell you that these consisted of a number of toasts which were raised to those involved in the project, the architect and so on, and particularly to the trustees of Henry Bloom Noble, two of whom were present, and the one surviving trustee of Pierre-Henri Joseph Baume. Baume himself had died back in 1975, and the one surviving trustee from then was Maitland Dalrymple, a businessman who was a member of the House of Keys and in fact went on to be appointed Speaker of the House of Keys in 1909. One of the Noble's trustees present spoke in reply to the toast proposed by the company, and we turn back to the Examiner article now. Mr. A. Hill, of Noble's trustees, detailed the grants made by the trustees for the provision of nursing and hospital facilities in the island and at the Liverpool Infirmary. So there was outside assistance as well, and more to come. We'll hear about that. Eich chawswan which now the bug as a chlai the brisha voy a blair, noder au fist mai a quai bon, gau a chleider bail toich der chlai. As rawi girish en the din vi eignet the rounsen, noder au obvious a char. Na stavi renny clai, na surge ve ori limmer, as ren na drain and jalgach repen na aedian ek, as ren at scraber as gorte. As Rennie Square by Clay, as Rennie Square by Clay, der we count the sledden, as we na lie marrow. Ma saw nishford soucha, as doet Roland, nim golgus ma air as Gina Werlus on a vanish. As nim tanachten and shaw doet a borgin, as furcht the noord, as na bien orm meg pecher be, nim cochlemi heen de vee ma chlach vila rai. Ma saw soel leis Roland, as van boigen sa chumeg J. Clach, furcht and sa var son a graiek. Ach tre high Roland a valja, henke de be gotche klugen J. Margin Elia, hug ersen huish on solje be ginu, de renne jerood en hid graiega. In Brittany, there are two parts of the town of Hennebont. On one side of the river Blabet is the medieval walled town, and on the other side is the 7th century Villeneuve, linked by the old bridge that gives the town its name. And that tune was called Hennebont, and it was played by the band Poisson Rouge.
The Nation Station, Manx Radio.
Sure dat stasiwn an asiwn shen son sigris radio banning. As she Claare na Gael bis verglaas en eggen tre ton mer en pin Robert getting carswell Robert de Carslach.
Ever heard tell of owl Bobby Bob?
Ren en een nien wach furracht en rish trail jouwer. Ach, verjaren, fagen er ouwe chit en roland chit, henkie de wee ledden de grach raies. As rennie koch lei hien de wee na blij, as is smunjen. Furry the gin pech enjach, house de gol sha, cor a chas orm, as cry Jimmy. Ach hacher de ren bachelje, ba freilare en choltein egge, fagen a blij. As no de rawe eilen, rennie de chimsige, rennie cor lesh de valje, as hugge a choregge. Vain tre shen hai de chulje rit ma jindesach ons taie bachelje. Tredirius a vore, va ulju en overgent hanne. Van schemer skebich mach, van a boer des na binken ern skura, va eil fodich ern cholach, as ustje na jaarn hanne. As tre henke de valje ons men en lei, van boer gint urlu, as lunje mai skult mach Gedot de tigel en ach me gint, non er en riw fagen pecher bis de taege. As we ro weg son pecher bi de geeltje on. Now staying with Noble's trustee Mr. A. Hill. Mr. Hill mentioned that the arrangement the trustees had made with the Kelling Sanatorium in Norfolk, which would enable 24 people per year to be treated from the island, allowing 3 months' treatment for each patient. So there we are. We heard about those arrangements made with the Liverpool Infirmary, and now there's this sanatorium in Norfolk to which people can be sent as well from the island. A huge procession to the hospital site was marshalled in the courthouse grounds at 3:30 p.m. Now the procession was led by Ramsey Town Band, and then the examiner lists Strand Street Brotherhood, Naval Reserve, Albert Tower Court of Foresters, Rocket Brigade, Mona Fellowship Tent of Rechabites, Fire Brigade, Good Anchorage Lodge of Oddfellows, Lifeboat Committee and Crew, Parish Commissioners, Poor Law Guardians, School Board, Ramsey Town Commissioners, members of House of Keys, clergy of all denominations, Local Committee of Hospital, Trustees Henry Bloom Noble Trust, Architect and Contractor, Choir and Collectors, Navy League Brigade, Freemasons. Now, I was sorry to hear of the death of the former captain of the parish of Bride, William Christian, recently. Now, in speaking of him, my mother always referred to him as Young Willie, because she remembered his father, Old Willie, William Christian, who'd also been captain of the parish of Bride. Well, this now is the granddaughter of Old Willie, the daughter of Young Willie, Emma Christian.
Could I find my
Emma Christian and the Manx traditional song The Sea Invocation, Gael. The line of route, says the examiner, was packed, for Ramsey had made holiday in honour of the occasion, and the populace were eager to witness the unaccustomed pageant. Flags were hung from windows or displayed from poles, and there were many other evidences that Ramseyans regarded the occasion as a red-letter day. The site being reached, no time was lost in commencing the ceremony. A bottle containing local newspapers, coins of the realm, and a programme of the ceremony was then placed in a cavity which had been prepared for its reception, and the cement having been duly spread, it was gauged, after which the memorial stone was lowered into position. The memorial stone was inscribed as follows: This stone was laid by the Honourable Arthur Stanley, MP, 28th of June, 1906. A pleasing feature of the ceremony was that some 20 Ramsey ladies, attired as nurses, took up a collection on the site the while the stone-laying was proceeding. Ren an sirweis vai cortatius maid en vagelia. Ach, verjere henke de be njau eisiach. As haig as ben chrine de redden korl voi. Door te ben chrine, ta obvious on. Gin eri de morgen morre enjach, as me bissu klaasjen ridden glaciach as a chamber, kreeg wie beson. Gin kjau enrit ben herish, as bein fishag brisht. Ren de bagelje mordinchi day. As samara gain ag brishan lay, honnike a coir fosle, as henke blame mag as. Esh ren e limme nieste blue as gaui enrit ben herish. Me saw van fishag brisht. As for morgen Ellen the shadow rosh, as dinchi day the nish terbe a blay. As derenish weer an oil kereil Jane Ferris tie. Dinchi day ol you vergetori, as hoge huish tatjes day der any braiachji, the fusa e. Ach dregerish, ga jinnum. No drawi fos firnjach den Roland Minek, ged rawi a chregeli. Now this song in Cornish celebrates the spirit of the land, as Philip Knight sings his song Spirits Agantir.
Dithin, gas te the hun, tares thim, I gorda theu lagas, in a grace, and hope till entry, den the vase the garn galova, en a nia glusir, Spirits agantir, e providon, wake ve movi, han air fres, in tona nelin, magors plan, dinti away. That's grifa, crede his a Spirits aganti, is you neither vriend. Abelon en nagan kolono. Ilaban in each antigri. En red en gred ni kerdes piwa bindis bitha. Spiris aganti warnan ze huidrin bis portmeur eman hol wan moro te widnia prezan meti kosel guarda can colova e cluen crenadilans Spiris aganti Ges juch nieder vos in mes can with one rose a drone in Greek agripping I am fasten on with you I Kelvin födde då Anikos Avellan men groen Agan faso Todo havan Festines in this the neva Acabos in your helpi Spiris agantir Es juch nieder vos In mes and one rose A grove in Greek agripping Ani in fasen arlus du Es juch nieder vos In mes and one rose A grove in Greek agripping Ani in fas and arlus
Singer-songwriter Phil Knight from Penzance and his song about the spirit of the land of Cornwall, Spiris Agantir. Gael yr our boids son Poosa and Barchelia, huggi Gelden nach Jinnach I vergele. Ach, the Jinnach I freurish Gael Carrail Gentaiega. And now this collection by the Ramsey ladies attired as nurses realised, says the examiner, £40, which added to the Masonic collection of £20 made a total of £60. Well, that's, I'm afraid, rather more than that is now needed for Ramsey and District Cottage Hospital. Whilst it came into use in 1907, we've gone back to hear of its origins, and the Isle of Man Examiner report about the laying of the foundation stone of Ramsey and District Cottage Hospital on the 28th of June, 1906. Wel, tre is taidach yn elad ffiw fully a riach. The jarwt and tre bunas a jittach o'r cion Claare na Gael i'r jo. You can enjoy the best in music for your Sunday evening chill out between 7 and 9 with Chris Pearson. And at 9 o'clock, Judith Lay welcomes you to her late-night virtual lounge in Sundown. Don't forget the 50th Manannan Festival will be running from tomorrow, Monday the 29th of June, through to next Saturday the 4th of July, including Irish four-part harmony group Landless on Thursday the 2nd of July and Bisky Brisht, closing the Manannan Festival this year on Saturday the 4th. To close Claare na Gael, we have the Kesh Jig Set, led by the three fiddles of Bow Brothers Cahill and Stephen Hayden from County Tyrone and Niall Murphy from County Armagh. Ach, the Jarrow Shene is Marshaw by Claare na Gael. Until the next time then, this is Robert Catine Carswell, Robert a Carslach.
Old Bobby Bob.
Wishing you a very good night, Eve I'm a Criort, as Duts me Yiri and Share.